Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Textile 2026. We are speaking to Mr. Murugan from Aditya Birla Group. Sir, you're a part of Textile 2026, which is a part of the home textile industry. So, as a fiber manufacturer, what is your take in this exhibition, and what innovation you had brought in this exhibition?
Good. Thank you, Jigna. I think this is one of the biggest, I would say the biggest fair for the home textiles. We have a lot of products from the fiber side. One is EcoSoft. This is bamboo fiber. And the second one which we look at is lyocell. These two are getting more prominent in this sector. We also get a momentum for our probe dyed viscose fiber, which is very unique in nature. So these three are getting into this home textile segment. What I could sense in the fair today, a lot of people are coming and taking able to bamboo more than the original. The rayon fiber. Or I think people look for a new product or maybe a new kind of innovation they want to develop. Which I could sense it.
So, bamboo, I think you are using bamboo fiber. So, bamboo have their own challenges also in the using the towel industry and the. So, how do you rectify that, and how the customers are reacting to that?
So far, actually, the raw material for bamboo we are getting imported. Otherwise, manufacturing process we don't find much challenges. Only when come to the segment, both the knits and woven, there are some requests from woven segment that the bamboo fiber is actually have some softness vis-a-vis viscose. It also have I would say antibacterial property, and it is odorless, is good. The major application we get into is mainly into socks and of course a towel, but towel with cotton blend. So far we don't find any challenges in terms of processing, in terms of value proposition, in terms of functionality.
The political situation and the world situation is not very favorable. So, what is the buyer sentiment this time? The buyers is reacted.
See, first of all, this segment of home textile is cotton dominant, and people are looking for blends, specifically for a cellulose blend, and the market is concentrated for an Indian value chain, majorly into US market. With the trade barriers being announced and it is still not get any clear directions, it's a fixed kind of a reaction from that value chain. I mean, there are people who are not mainly dependent on US. They have diversified. They put the different market geography from Japan to Europe, everywhere. With a limited exposure to US, they are okay with that. Few companies are dependent mainly on US. There are some issues now, but till they are very hopeful that this problem is not a permanent. Will get settled shortly. Things will improve.
Okay. So, in this exhibition, what kind of buyers had come, and from which countries? What are the segments of the?
In fact, we see a lot of buyers from US. Currently, fair is happening in Europe, but we see yesterday also a lot of buyers came from US only. 7-8 buyers came from US. I think they also want to understand about the market, new product, what's happening, how can we get into it.
Yes. So you got a lot of US buyers.
See, for US buyers, only the Indian value chain has the challenge. Otherwise, being a fiber manufacturer, we sell to all the countries. Like look at the Pakistani value chain. They are very happy because they have 19% duty only. So they are doing very well.
Yeah.
We are not, we have no issues.
Okay. But still the duty challenges is there.
Yeah. See, we are exporting some fiber to US in the fiber form, but not into home textiles. Our apparel applications, for nonwoven applications, for FR applications, which we have a challenge. Otherwise, we don't see a much challenge as such. But yes, Indian value chain depend on US market.
Okay. So apart from US, which other countries has visited this exhibition?
We saw from Lithuania, we saw from people from Turkey much, and some Portugal, also from Europe. Okay. And one or two people came from Vietnam and China just to understand what's happening.
Okay. So what is the trend you see? Like, what is the trend and the future of this industry?
See, home textile category, how to say, the growth is happening much more than expected. People are actually willing to spend on it, on the home textile category. I would say 4-5% growth keep happening. The major beneficiary is a cotton value chain, and the second beneficiary could be the man-made cellulose guys. I don't see any kind of stagnation in the category or the growth or the application or the usage or the consumption. I don't see it. I'm very hopeful that because people look new things like what's new, not only maybe a fiber perspective, maybe on the application perspective, maybe on the structure, maybe on the product.
Yeah, but as a fiber manufacturer, you are supplying to apparel industry, home textile, technical textile, lot of other industry. So as the entire industry, home textile, how much you are supplying in a home textile industry, and the growth you said is 5 to 6% as compared to apparel. I don't know what is it. So what is your percentage in that category?
See, if you, from the fibers perspective, specific to us, at least 10 to 12% of fibers, up to 15% we are supplying non-woven industry. Around 12-15% is going to home textiles. So these two account for 30%. The balance 70% the fiber is majorly into apparels.
Okay.
But whatever the 15% of the fiber market going to home textiles, we see a lot of value addition. Mostly into a kind of like lyocell fiber, like dope-dyed fiber, like bamboo fiber. And we see a lot of quality fiber. The second thing what we noticed is it is not a fast fashion like apparels. In apparel industry, we see sometimes the fashion change very fast. In home textiles, one program at least runs for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So there is a stability in terms of sales, in terms of things moving. I mean, it may be difficult to get into the the programs. Once people adopt it, that becomes a permanent. It's not like fast fashion. It's more of very
Slow fashion. Yeah.
Not a changing fashion. It's not changing.
Okay.
It's more of kind of stability in terms of whatever applications created. It stays for longer. I would say the shelf life of the product also relatively much longer vis-a-vis apparel, and that supports for our stability.
Correct. As you said, this category more dominant on the cotton fiber, and you are into cellulosic fiber, which is a blend of. So, how much like people are adopting the cellulosic fiber to the home textile, because it's a comfort category, and comfort needs obviously cotton and this more soft fabrics. So how the cellulose can give the better impact in this?
I think there is a kind of understanding at the consumer level. Maybe at our level, we know that cellulose is more comfortable than cotton, because cotton has only 7% moisture. Cellulose has 13% moisture, so it is more comfortable. In cellulose, lyocell is much more comfortable than cotton in this category. That's the best suitable fiber for special category. Lyocell fiber. Okay. And we see a lot of development which keep happening with the lyocell fiber. And I see lyocell fiber growth in this segment is going to be phenomenal vis-a-vis cotton. That will be the space.
Okay. So right now they are, I think, using in the blend format, not the complete lyocell or complete viscose. So what is your take in that? Is there going to be
the value chain processing downstream capability of creating 100% applicant process is very limited in lyocell, because it's a very new fiber. It is a 30-year-old fiber. Even 1992 only. So people in the value chain is still not perfecting it 100% applications, mainly into blends. But there are some applications like fine seatings in a very high thread count. There are some things still keep going in a 100% applications. Of course, you are right. Blend is much more dominant, we say 100%, but it will evolve slowly.
Okay, it will work.
But if you ask me, I think blend is much better than 100%. I tell you reasons. You can get both the functionality of the fiber. I mean, cotton is complementing lyocell, lyocell is complementing cotton, so the blend is much better than vis-a-vis either 100% cotton or 100% MMCF. Blend is much better product in terms of everything.
Okay.
So I think the blend will stay longer.
Okay, the blend is the future.
Blend is the future. Even people are developing at 100%, going back to blend and find that blend is much better than 100% application also. So,
okay, so market
that is very well fitting into the blend segment actually.
Okay, so market also demand blend rather than the 100% cotton. Okay. So, as in terms of sustainability, obviously, Birla is always in the sustainability part. So, what are new processes or the system in your system? You had done the sustainability part.
So sustainability is the license to operate today. Nobody can get away with this. It becomes part of the life, both in the process and the systems. Those days are gone. People can ignore it. Now it is, I would say, mandatory. As a Birla Group, we normally, very ethical group. You know that about Birla Group, and we are advancing in this sustainability journey with a kind of a separate vertical for a sustainability approach in the group, and that is driving in all the businesses. If you look at sustainability activity of the group, I would say though it is a very cost consuming activity, we are committed to be a benchmark player in sustainability area, be it maybe in carbon footprint, or be it in the chemical management operations of the plant, be it in the responsible sourcing of raw material or responsible marketing. You know how we does this, like if you talk about Liva Eco, the Liva Eco Lyocell, Liva Eco Viscose, Liva Eco Modal, we use completely FSC certified wood pulp. It's very unique. We are responsible sourcing of the raw material. We also have a UBAT, the plant is certified for the chemical management, and we have our own traceability of green track. Of course, we also allowing people to use the third party with organic tracer in the fiber. You can trace back from the source of raw material to till the end of the garment flow. That is, it's a very big journey.
So, as we are sitting in this fiber, and there are a lot of other players from the other country, like India, we can only see two major players. What is the Birla take, when we are competing to the international market suppliers?
We have a factory in India to serve Indian market, but we had a factory outside India from late 70s. Indonesia, we have a plant. We had a plant in Thailand. We have a plant in China. We have a plant. So we have been serviced to the top class client international from last 20-30 years. We are very competent. In terms of quality, in terms of service, in terms of sustainability. You name it. We are at par and one of the top. In fact, the Kanapi rating, we are continuously maintaining the top.
Top five.
Period. For the last 5 years.
So the last question is people who had not able to visit or exhibit in Hem Textile 2026, what is the message you want to give to them?
I think for me, trade barriers, Black Swan event will come and go. It's not permanent. If you ask me how to say, people are reacting for a very short-term kind of impact. We have to look at a long-term. This problem may not long lost. At one time, it will find its own way of closure. So let us not get into a kind of a small issues which is happening in the businesses. We should be clear about in our mind that irrespective of market situations, we keep innovating, we keep making a benchmark quality. We need to collaborate, and we need to keep the market informed on time. So there is no tolerance in this. Some might have some different idea. Okay, chalo, this time we can skip. We can go next year. But I said, don't do this in future.
Correct.
Please be present consistently. That makes that you are a top class player. Irrespective of aberrations keep coming, you can't stop it.
Do you want to give any message to the young entrepreneur and the startups who are coming to the industry, because you are the leader in the industry? So what message you want to give to them? They should enter or not? What?
See, for the young entrepreneurs, if you ask me, this industry is a perennial industry. One of the perennial clothing or home textile industry is a very perennial for a human living. Look at the mega trends. Population is not going to go down. It keep growing, correct? And when the population grows, clothing needs is not going to go down. And what the history says for the last 40 years, because of the GDP and disposable income keep coming up, per capita consumptions keep increasing. I mean, from if you look at 20 years back, it was around 10 kilo. Now it is around 15 kilo. Per capita consumption keep increasing. It's not actually stagnant. It keeps going. When the population grow, per capita consumption grow because of GDP. Then this is the market which is going to be a growing market, a growing industry. Maybe you may have a competition. You may have you can burst like other industry, but this has not have any kind of a drastic change in terms of consumption, in terms of anything else. So entrepreneurs who look for any kind of investment, I would say this industry never dies. So please keep have a confidence in textile industry and keep investing it and keep moving it. See, if you look back, suppose for example, 50 years back you look, what are those industries which are Fortune 500? Look now, what is Fortune 500? Lot of the industries gone,
Correct.
but not textiles. Textile stays. Maybe the size may be changed. Who has gone? AT&T, Yasika, Konica, maybe, those kind of industries might have collapsed. So, textile industry never had a chance to get into a real problem. If you ask me, because of the mega drivers are actually supporting the market, supporting the consumption, and that stays longer. You have to be in the market, you have to make a consistent and long-term plan for your entrepreneur.
Thank you so much for your time and wish you all the best for the exhibition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jigna.